Hi there and welcome to The Wrap, a quick look at the week that was. I'm Diana Dorahy. Well, we had a great session with our masterclass host this month, Jeffrey Brewer. He was talking all about how to get that investor interview, and I think we're going to call Jeffrey our reviewer-in-chief. He's looked at more than 1,000 pitch decks, and which is an extraordinary number of ideas, and we had some great questions from our members. Include, look, what makes a good team slide in a pitch deck presentation? How much should I include under financials, among others? So thank you, Jeffrey, for all your great advice. Tying in with our masterclass theme this month, we also published a handy guide to mastering the elevator pitch, and there are 5 great tips, including KISS, no, not that kind. Check it out in our newsroom. It's a great read. Plus, we launched Ray's Role Models this week, our very own showcase of female founder success. And we're delighted to announce that our inaugural Ray's Role Model this month is Faye Yao from New Campus, and she'll be joining us later in the month to talk about all things pivoting. Now, she developed and launched an offline business, then went to online, and has now gone back to offline. So sign up for this free event, details on Facebook, and learn about how she did it. In funny news this week, India-based company consumer brand, beauty brand, MyGlam, has acquired PopXO, and it's an Indian digital platform content for women. And the acquisition will help build what they're calling the largest 3C company in Asia that combines content, community, and commerce, with a focus on products in obviously the beauty and lifestyle category. Now, PopXO has an eye-watering 43 million active users, and MyGlam has over 2,000 points of sale in India. Talk about a beauty marriage made in heaven. Now, financial terms weren't disclosed, but earlier this year, both companies did separate raises and of around $10 million. Some of that was debt equity financing, and revenue projections for the companies are estimated at $54 million by the end of 2021. That's a lot of beauty. My story of the week this week goes to a piece about how technology has the potential to eradicate gender bias, which we know is such a big hurdle when it comes to female founders trying to get funding. And as we continue to move away from face-to-face interactions and transition to online and digital applications, inevitably we're going to eliminate this inherent and systemic bias. So a computer algorithm obviously doesn't decrease or increase fundability based on somebody's surname or their skin color or their accent, and it has the power to review data holistically to create a fuller picture of fundability that is also faster and more efficient. So the answer is simple. Let's keep moving forward with technology and continue with the option of an online fundability review that takes away that face-to-face interaction. It should also mean that racial and gender disparity in lending can be eradicated, and fintech leaders can really usher in a more equitable era for small business lending. Here's hoping. My tip of the week this week comes from a piece entitled Surviving Being a Female Founder. And there are 5 tips in here. First one is recognize yourself as a business owner. I think that's really important. Don't be afraid to meet your financial goals head on. Define success on your terms. That doesn't mean having or doing it all. You might remember last week we talked about Randy Zuckerberg and how she talked about the 5 important things that are necessary to her, but she recognizes that while she can have it all, she can't have it all at once. So this is a similar concept. 4th one, ask for what you want. Write it down. Put it out there in the universe. I dare you. Last one, running a business and raising a family is hard. You know what? Ask for help. A lot of these tips are about putting your hand up and saying, I don't know, or help me please. And I think we have to get away from the idea that that's a sign of weakness, because it is inherently a sign of strength. Coming up next week on Next Chapter Raise, we've got a fabulous interview with entrepreneur extraordinaire Angie Ho Pang. We talk all about her leaving a cushy corporate job and going out on her own. Plus, she's giving away free copies of her new book, She Rises for Tomorrow, a fantastic compilation of female founder stories from around the world. There are 16 female founders. Angie was invited to write her own chapter, and she's the only one for Asia, so we'll talk about that. Until then, have a great weekend and see you next time on The Wrap.